everybody, it's Jess, your go-to YouTube dance commentator, and we're here with the comeback. It's ITZY with Motto. We have the music video and dance practice ready to go. I'm excited for this comeback for whatever direction they're gonna go with. I think it's gonna be fun. Let's go. Oh, that's cool. Cute. Interesting music video direction. Something with ITZY is the usage of the broken wrist in our choices. Oh, fun. Such a different look. Such drastic shifts in this music video. That's cool. Little turn, how fun. I would say the visual helped me enjoy the song much more. I like the childlike wonder of the music video where we get to be it's very imaginative, right, with some of the mediums explored, like the stop motion style and then the overly realistic style. Like I like the direction of that a lot. I'm really happy this is already released, so we're gonna sit here and enjoy it. Yes. That was nice. like the direction of this a lot. And I like their outfits, they match that section of the music video near the bridge, I think. The little shoulder ISO too was fun. Little motto. This feels like a refresh of the ITZY brand because it's such an ITZY coded direction. And the choreography also works like that too. Where's our crown? Whoa, we just pushed the crown away. Okay. Do we start with the crown? I love the reversal there. Do we not use a crown at all in this dance? I think the only thing would be we just the crown gesture we take it, we present outward would be the closest thing. That's interesting because we've marathoned their entire discography, and that's been a common denominator on the title tracks, at least, on the usage of crown. Okay, from the top. I really like the speed change here, the turnout of that. Now, if you're like, Jess, that feels oddly familiar. If you've seen Gala by XG, they've used that kind of reversal before. We've talked about that. A lot of it has to do with the weight shifts and keeping everything locked together by engaging in your muscles to get this look where we are very mannequin-esque on a rotating pedestal look, but you have the weight and the balls and the heels of your feet contribute to that, like the subtle head. The pass off and energy there is really nice. Then I like that you had a little moment there in center to really be able to have your center really have an extra accent. We press it out with a drop down. I love a little hair flick to get us walking to our next spot. We bring it out in, and then I like the flick with the body roll. This whole sequence is very, I would say very ITZY coded because the little bleed up. Now we've seen that amongst many, many choreographies, not just with ITZY, with other groups. Totally fine. I just recognize it very, very much so with ITZY, and their usage of hips with hand accents is a really big fingerprint that you see throughout their movement portfolio. And so I like the little trace happening here with the hand and the pickup there and the passe. We ball change it. I like the arms, a lot of gestures, right, where we have our hands, brush. We're creating these moments of conversation with the hands, which is really nice. New feature, the tap tap down is nice with the drag. Then the broken wrist, we touched on that. I like that we have the feature moment in center with these rotations happening in our wrist, but also having the chest isolation also take place. So everybody's looking, some were looking front, some weren't, that's also fine. But I like that we have the trace down, and then we end up having a little T, we cross it, the step togethers are really nice. I like that you have your feature subtly deviate in their moments with their upper body, but they end up having either it's through center or just in personality here, how they choose to look at us, but also how they choose to deviate with those with the upper body helps us be able to keep them locked in. So having being a Ryujin center makes sense to keep her feature there. I like the to match the tone is nice. I like this, the tap, toe tap. Notice she's the only one that's looking at us. I like the arm going from a fist, and they end up taking it, flicking the arms up, going to a diagonal, presented to the shoulder. That is a very ITZY coded thing, where it's a crown pass off or it's an accent from one side of the diagonal to the other. It's a nice ripple. They do ripples very well. There's your switch off in stylized hands. It's really nice. I like that we've seen that. That's the second time we've seen it. Now it's bookended between the pre-chorus, where it's in the pre-chorus and it led up to the pre-chorus as well. I like the point out of it too. And then they end up rotating it in. I like this little pull of the sternum. Really fun framing with the arms. End up pushing with the hip and the hand, right? So I like the arms swinging out. Arms come up. She says, come on. So we have a lot of centered featured moments where you have members surrounding. We end up seeing that a little bit later with Leah. So it's fun that we have that here. Second member with that, with the pull through. Take my hand and we arm swing. I like that we're starting the impactful moments in our kinespheric range of choice with movement, which means, hey, I'm dancing out here. Like, I really like the fullness of that happening whenever you have da-na-na, boom, when there's a big crash in the music or the big drop in the music in the chorus, we have a moment of take my hand, nice wordplay choice in musicality, and then going and dropping accordingly, right? I like that we have that there, the points, and we switch it with the hip accent. We have a digitized sound, like very, what is it? It's auto-tuned with the really fun da-da-da-da-da-da, where we're, you know, picking away at different sound bits, which I think is really fun. The switch is nice, we rotate it. And then I like the shoulder ISO on that. We flick it on the high and middle to low. We've seen that entertained. And the hops, the arm swings are nice. Flick it up. The travel up with the hands up the torso is nice. The framing of our hands also with facing and away. All that's nice. You are my motto. And then we open it up. I really like the stability moment there with the balance. We knock knock to hit the knock. Really nice. We do a reveal for next feature, Yeji there. And then bring it up, taking it in with the chest. So we have a lot of these chest rotations, whether it's isolated for so linear in a particular direction, or it's multiplanar, meaning it's existing on multiple planes of movement. That helps make things have more depth to them whenever you see that, but also it's more complicated whenever you add more planes of movement to a respective move. So I like that you have that there. And you're using the formation and direction, notice that there, where you have framing, surrounding towards center. That's going to be your common theme in the composition of the stance. And I like that you're using spacing to make that. It's a fun thing. I like the framing to keep her featured even though she wasn't centered. Partnering moment was nice. Notice that they interrupted that da-da-da-da-da, interrupted their flow to help on the da-da-da, right? That was fun. Now, I do think it would be really fun to see explored a strobing or dimes, which is, you know, sequence of dime stops or ticking techniques would be really fun to further enhance that choice. But she's fine. You don't have to do that, but if you wanted to really sell that, that would be a suggestion of technique for that, but it's still readable enough. I like the breadth of that, which is fun. We toss it away, body roll is nice, and then we say no. We hold it up, and I like the hips, accenting with that, arms frame around, the point is nice. Notice that they, frame towards the inside with their heads, right? So that was cool. This ball change is really fun there to help transition, and then you have this push and pull with the arms, with double arms to single arms. She's painting with her hands, twinkle it in, and then let it go. Take my hand now. It's our back feature with the points are nice, and we accent, same thing as before. I like that we are giving love to all the different layers of our music. Yep, so a lot of unison here, but we have subtle formation transitions, and then we end up taking it to create a fun moment of the every other, where we transition like that. That's super fun. And then I like that we had one feature stay centralized and didn't move. And then there's your motto. We knock it. Very clear on the knock to flat hand. I really appreciate the detail Then we clap, clap with the syncopated hips, and then we have subtlety with the head. You are my motto. Nice, good tension there. And notice that we pick up, create more energy with that kick. Not with the kick, but with that, the tap of the foot. And then we end up having a kick to help create a different direction as a group. Then we point it, hit, and we send it around, and then you have this, you notice that sound? It's a bit harder to hear in the dance practice, but I like that you have this rotation happening around the hips where it's a lower part of the body compared to the chest that we've seen a lot of moments with. But I like that we speed change it. I like the hair moment, and then we rotate it, bring it to the inside. Look, it's another rotated. It's a rotational feature where you have your feature in center and everybody is it's more of a surrounding feature. It's nice. And we have a lot of blade moments with the gesture. I think I did say Leah. Maybe it wasn't Leah. It was Ryujin the whole time. Whoops. This is what I was talking about. That's what I was trying to remember. Yeah, so I like the stylized moment with everybody, with their poses. I love me a good peel out. Notice that was a ripple starting inside to outside, and then they all joined together. So good for my outside two members to have a quick turnaround for that, right? Dun, dun, dun. Then they drop through, and they pick it up. They turn around. There's your ripple. That was a 3-part dynamic choice. That was really cool, where it went inside to out, unison, and then it traveled front back. That was cool. And then they pleat it up. We turn out of it. We clap it. I like that we have this framing of opposing angles. Look at that. Yep, so we have normally a centralized catered angle with Chaeyoung, and then we have with everybody else catering a high and a low. So I like this. So you notice that little twirl moment? We appreciate that. If you enjoy a ton of moments like that, just in general, whacking's going to be the style for you. Look at that. Yes. They'll take it up and around. Ugh, so fun. I love moments like that. And notice that everybody broke away and their chests are directionally catered to Yeji, right? And so I like that they're pressing the energy away with their torsos, but they are looking in the direction that they want to see. So you have opposition of actual bodies, but also focus. Those are two components that can really help find the common denominator of who's the outlier. Your outlier is going to equal your feature in typical composition. So not only in the choreographic dynamic structure, but also in where your members are looking, helps us clock where your feature is, which Yeji is not centered, right? So it makes it easy for us to see her. She also takes her arms and sends them up. Different chorus. We love it. Take my hand. Let's see what's happening. The clap clap is nice. They twinkle it in, tossing it up. Show that hair off. They send it out. I like the chest with the point, the hoe on the da-da-da. That goes on the da-da-da, da-da-da. With the points, they rotate it. The turn is fun. Are we about to get that really nice turn? Maybe. The point through. The heel twist is great with the windshield wipe moment there. They flick it. I like this kick with this pull of the torso. It's nice. They rotate it. Great opposition to Leah. Come on, hairography. Hairography is its own beast, man. To making your hair not look crazy, it's fun. Notice with Ryujin, pretty much every time she's in center, you get a straight arm towards center in some way. 2 out of 3 times it was a blade. Now it's like we're pulling like a Cupid arrow. Now it's matching here. Come on, turn with the pickups there. Love that. I really, really enjoyed that section. It was cool to see in the music video. I'm glad they had that. It was a fun moment, right? Good for Leah for trying for that. Leah's really grown a lot as a dancer. So the big improvement is, I would say spotting really helps with doing a move like that. And you can tell she's not, most of them aren't, but Ryujin low-key is a little bit. So range can absolutely improve for that. But we pick it up, no problem, at the tail end. Yep. I will also say this. There's many people who will look at something like that and be like, oh, how dare they, not match everybody else. Dude, it's one move out of 3 minutes and 14 seconds. I really don't And her range was just a little bit different than everybody else. So I'm a huge advocate for the Leahs in the world, where I could see her effort, I see her trying, and I can tell that she's continuously growing and applying herself. And if that's the only thing, where the range, which is how you get from A to B of a move, but not the move itself, is off, pick our battles. If there's bigger fish to fry, and we appreciate a Leah moment. Yeah. And the accent in, the pull through is nice. Pull to the transition is great. The accent is nice. Good tension, just like what we've seen from the second chorus. I think Yuna was in the front there, and then they create the drop there, and then they accent out. So the only thing I'm curious about is, where's the crown? Was this our crown moment that we're giving to our fellow Mitzies? Maybe, I don't know, but it's just interesting that I don't see a crown in a title track choreo whenever we've seen it in every other title track choreo that I'm remembering, at least. But I can't wait to hear from you. If you are curious about my other thoughts on my entire journey with ITZY, because I've, like I said, marathoned their entire discography from debut all the way until now, you can go and enjoy that over on Patreon and binge to your heart's content. If you only like ITZY, like if you're a diehard Mitzi and that's all you like is ITZY, you could just buy the collection and just have permanent access to it. And so you don't even have to be a paying member in any way, shape, or form and be forced to sign up for something you don't want to. So you have free will. You can exercise at any point in time today. But this was really fun. And any dance practice behind we'll take a look at as it gets released. You guys know me, I know you. I'm Jess, and I will catch you on the flip side. Bye.